Sorrel Garambee. I'm just doing what I typically do, listening to Tupac and reading some cases. Today, I had some thoughts today about corporate medicine, corporate radiology. And I think it's important to realize that corporate radiology is not necessarily a bad thing. Corporate medicine is not necessarily a bad thing. Corporations are not necessarily bad things. You have to understand what the corporation is about and see if that aligns with your values. And I'll tell you just in general, large corporations tend to value efficiency, productivity, and profit. And really, those are not bad things to focus on. Certainly in our personal lives, in regards to personal finance, if we focused on efficiency, productivity, and profit, we would be in a pretty good place. So actually, this is coming on the heels of my wife and I checked out this local coffee shop. So we're actually moving out of LA, and all our stuff is out of the house. We can't really cook at home. So we're relying on other areas. Basically, we're going out to eat a lot. And rather than just go to Panera and Starbucks all the time, we decided to try out some smaller establishments, some of these mom and pop type stores. So we actually checked out a coffee shop and lunch place that was really highly rated and reviewed on Yelp and Google reviews, Google Maps. So we check out this place. It's a mom and pop coffee shop. So outside looked pretty nice. We walk up in. Immediately I start getting feelings that, this something ain't right. This isn't going to go well. But, try to feel it out, try to give it a chance. I noticed there was a single girl there behind the counter by herself, and she was managing and making stuff on her own. And she didn't really say hi to us when we walked in. So again, just a couple of little red flags, but it's all good. We ordered basically a latte and an avocado toast. The latte we got with almond milk because I do have a lactose intolerance. Avocado toast just 'cause want something to munch on. So we order. I sit down, I'm watching the baby. My wife goes off, she's got a little phone call to make. But they bring the latte out. Now the latte was fine. Latte was fine. Good amount of milk, good amount of sugar. I just feel bad spending $6 for a latte. I feel bad spending $6 on something that's predominantly water, milk, and sugar, especially when those are the cheapest things present in the grocery store. But that latte was okay. I mean, it was probably worth about $2-3. They were selling it for $6, no big deal. My issue was with the avocado toast. Oh man, I know what avocado toast is. I've made it. I mean, it can be very good. A nice crusty piece of toast, really nice, well toasted. Some nice chunky avocado on there. That avocado better be ripe but not overripe. A little bit of firmness to it. Chopped up on top, a little bit of oil on top of that, a little olive oil, salt, pepper, fresh cracked pepper on there. I mean, it's a great thing. It's a very simple thing. What we got was a thin piece of toast with a schmear. Like, it was literally like butter, like the amount of butter you would put on a piece of toast. That was the amount of avocado on this avocado toast. $9 for that avocado toast. Definitely not a decent thing to eat. I mean, just way below par. And kind of made me think that, if I had went to a corporation like, say, Panera and ordered a $9 sandwich, I mean, it would have been a pretty decent sandwich. And if I didn't like it, I could have complained. I could probably got my money back. But smaller mom and pop type stores, you don't really have that type of service, and there may not be that focus on the customer, and that's kind of what it is. Corporations, they do know how to do some things right. They know how to focus on efficiency. They know how to get a product out. They know how to train. They like to spend money on training internally, getting people up to speed, and they'll definitely invest money into the business, especially if it results in productivity gains. And those things are important. We like to think that if you think about corporate practices versus private practices, we'd like to think, wrongly I think, that a corporate practice is bad and a private practice is therefore good. There can be bad private practices out there too. There can be poorly managed private practices. There can be poorly managed corporate practices. It really comes down to, again, you have to look at the practice on your own and try to just decide, again, based on your assessment of it, which is you're never going to get a full picture, but do your values internally match up with the values espoused by that organization, that entity? And if there's a reasonable match, then consider proceeding, knowing that you're never going to know the whole story until you start working. But don't just off the cuff think that all corporations are bad and that private practices are going to be good. You just don't know what you're getting into. You can read some reviews, you can get some information from people working in that practice, but ultimately you're going to have to take a leap of faith, join a practice that you're interested in, location you're interested in, for the type of compensation you're interested in, and see what happens. And I'll tell you, after you make that decision, you're going to learn the things that you need to know, and then you're going to be able to make better decisions after that. So that's kind of that. I'm out here reading cases, having a little fun. Sure, what I'm doing.